Okay, so we're going to talk about get emails from Excel. So basically we're going to get an Excel file with a table, and then we're going to create a flow to get people from this Excel file. So first thing I did was I created an Excel file. I uploaded it to SharePoint library documents. So just upload it to the root. I uploaded a file called users. So if you look here into the file, I put in some users. Did not have the exact naming as it is there in AD. I have capitalized letters. I just put everything lowercase just so you see that even if it's a little bit different, it will fetch the right people. So basically, to create a table from this data, you just select the cells, you go to insert table, and that will insert a table within the Excel file. Right? I prefer to work with tables because it's more precise on top of the information I want to work with. And then I save the file. I saved it here within SharePoint. Okay. So going here to Power Automate, you just click here on Create. And let's do an instant flow. So you can just run manually. I'll put manual trigger. I'll add here that this is import users from Excel. Just hit create. Now we can just put in a new step. Just select Excel online and list presence in table. Okay. That's the action we'll use. Click on the arrow, select the site. My site is called test, right? It can either be from group, right, or it can be from site, SharePoint site. Doesn't really matter. Just selecting a SharePoint site, and then I'll just put that this is coming from documents, right? And we click here to pick the file. So I'm going to pick users right there on the root, and I'm going to select the table. So the table is called tabelón, which is table 1. So here, if I put in a new step as compose, I can say this is the output from the list rows. Okay, so we can debug what's coming from this Excel, right? That's the first thing we need to do. So I'm going to hit test, manual. Let's run this, see what happens. Connect to Excel line. Okay, continue, run flow. Done. So if we're looking to compose, it's coming back right under users. So we can leverage this within apply to each, right? Because it's an array structure. So it's multiple values coming in. So we can leverage this and apply to each. So let me type in here apply. So it comes up apply to each. And then I can just put here the value. And what we're going to use is we're going to use search. So it's search for users under Office 365 users. And then we can just put in here users. Okay, so I'll move compose up, just drag it up. And I'm going to just put in here, for example, what I know I have in my AD is user and principal name. So I'm just going to use that. If you have, for example, email, you could use that instead. Notice that I created automatically for us and apply to each two, right? To iterate through each value that it finds from the search for users. And that's fine. Let's just leave like this for now. Just gonna hit save. We're going to make this better in a secondary step here. So let's just hit test, manual execution. Continue. Now it also has to use users, right? So now it took 4 seconds, and it for each term it grabs information, right? And since it's only finding one person, it's only one iteration for each. It found one, right, UPN for me, right? So since I have the mail field filled in for these accounts, just have the UPN. Just fetching back UPN is fine. From fetching UPN, I can see that's grabbing each one for me, right? So it grabbed another UPN now. So what I can do here now is I can actually optimize this, right? So you never want on your flow an apply to each that only has one item in it, right? You're just wasting a second on your flow, and you don't really need this. You could just bypass this, right? So there's two different strategies that we can use for this. So let me just hit edit for a second. Okay, so to bypass this, we need two information, right? So first information is we need this, right? So the source information is the search box, right? So output search for users v2 body value. So that's the main structure that's coming from, and then the secondary structure is the value itself, which is user principal name, right? So it's question mark user principal name there. So if we look into these two, I already put like part of it here. So I have two options here with this, right? So I can either use first, or I can use the zero strategy, right? So I can put 0, for example, and then put something else here. So it's just going to bring me the whatever's coming up first within the array structure. So you can use this or you can use first. I'm going to use first. I think first is friendlier. I like using first because it's friendly. It looks good. It's easy to do it. You don't have any questions about it. So here at first, I grabbed the first, basically I'm grabbing the first item from the array structure. And I put question mark, and then I put the user principal name, right? So I'm going to put here user if I can type principal name, capital P. Okay. So user principal name. So this, I can just erase this now. Boom. Don't be worried. Don't be shy. Expression. Paste whatever you just typed in your notepad. Okay. So now I have first, and I have the body value, and then I have user principal name. Okay. So this is the right structure to get out of having a secondary applied to each. I don't need this, so just take it out. Now just hit save again, and let's run it again just to see. So I just put manual, and I'll put run flow. Now we should see it running. So now instead of running for 4 seconds, it took only 1 second, right? And we have the value here the same way, but we don't have the secondary applied to each. So every applied to each that you save is very important. Saving time, saving, optimizing your flows. So we just got here the information that we wanted regarding each item here present in the Excel file. We can either put this information somewhere else, either in SharePoint list or back into an Excel file. It's up to you. We just got this information back. We can either consolidate this into an array structure or whatever else you might want and save it back to anywhere you might feel like makes sense for you. Okay, so we got the information, we got who this person really is from the Excel file, and now we can work with the information that we grabbed back. You can get the phone number, names, whatever, email, and utilize this as needed for your business process, for your business area. Okay, so have fun. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it's useful for you.